How's it, fam? And welcome to the new episode of EhUDaKineAh. You know who I am, and you know who he is.
You know who I am.
And I'd like to introduce to you our guest host, Abigail, my niece, Abigail, Kahakuhau Iku'uale Lahi Lahi Solis. On last week's episode, we featured a new segment called Run It Back, Play It Forward. And by popular demand, we'll be showing you a new one tonight on some videos that you've never seen in a long time and other videos you've never seen before.
But first, let us take you to a place at Waikiki called the Yard House, where we had some ono grinds and a good time. Right, Abigail?
So we made our way down to Yard House, a historic landmark here in Waikiki. Hopefully, it'll satisfy my stomach. So we're now here seated in the Yard House, and let me tell you, we got seated really quickly. We ordered our pupus, which was the poke nachos, the fried mac and cheese, and the onion ring tower. We also ordered our drinks, and I got a virgin lava flow. The pupus has arrived, and I'm so ready to dig in. I haven't eaten all day. So we finally got our food. I got some carne asada tacos. M-Dog got the full rack of the St. Louis barbecue ribs. My mom, she got a lobster, crab, shrimp, pasta. Brother's girlfriend got a bacon burger. Ethan J got chicken tenders. And the big guy got pizza with everything on it. So this is my asada taco. It has steak, pico de gallo, guac. Let me take a bite. It's a nice mild spice. Steak is easy to bite into. It's really refreshing and it satisfies me. So that was the Yard House. It was spectacular. I highly suggest if you come down to Waikiki, take a stop there. You won't be disappointed. Tell me that food didn't look ono. You gotta check out the Yard House. Next, we're gonna feature a new segment that we introduced to you last week called Run It Back, Play It Forward. If you remember, Run It Back, Play It Forward means showing videos from back in the day and also showing videos of today. Right now, let's run it back with this video all the way from 1984 live at the Waikiki Shell. And to introduce this song is Kamasami Kong and Frankie B. Shaner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kalapana! you. Thank you very much.
Now let's play it forward with this brand new video from an artist where you may know his name but never heard of in a long time. He once had a song on the radio called My Island Girl, and the name of his CD was The Voice. Let me introduce to you, or reintroduce to you, Junior Miley.
Yeah. Life, such a precious gift. It's beautiful. Death is not the end. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. This song is dedicated to my brother Big Knox. Yeah, gone but never forgotten. I still rep for you every day. Till we meet again, brother. Let me take this cup and reminisce on all the memories I love and miss. Said this song is dedicated to my brother that has gone back home. I miss you every day, but I do understand that this here is a necessary part of a plan. And I know one day I will see you again. But me have to keep the roots fire blaze until then, till we meet again. I wish that I could hold you now. I wish that I could see you smile. I'm hoping that I'm making you proud when you look down on me. Look at me. And even though I miss your face, I know you're in a better place. Patiently I wait until I see you on that sweet day. This song goes out to everyone that has ever lost a loved one. To all of my family and friends that have passed on, I know you're still with us. We'll never forget you. Never. Listen. Said the teachings of the Father, them tell me that families can last for all time. For this I give all of my thanks and my praise of love to the Most High. I've never been the same since you went away, but the Lord has blessed me with much understanding and strength. Now I know one day I will see you again, and I bet you keep the roots fire blaze until then. Let me sing again. I wish that I could hold this goes out to my brother Kool-Aid, my brother Joe Miller, my sisters Analiku and Belelani. I'm making you proud when you look down. To all of my uncles and aunties from my Miley family, my Fonua family, my Falamalu and Fonoti family, all of my Salanoa Solo family, to my grandpa Missy and my grandma Nita Miley. That sweet day. To my grandpa Pai Pai, my grandma Faleang and Falemalu. We love you. We miss you. Yes. Each day I try to be strong, but I long for you. I know the truth of where you are, but there is still pain inside my heart. I know I see you again, but today I know that this is not the end. I know with faith my heart will mend. This goes out to the original Miley boys. Uncle Keithy, Uncle Siala, Uncle Soseti, Uncle Kool-Aid, Uncle Wiggy, Uncle Wamanaki. To my beautiful Auntie Tonga, my Auntie Sherry, my Auntie Philamu, my Auntie Mui. We'll never forget you. Patiently I wait until I see you on that sweet day. Now concerning the state of the soul between death and the resurrection, behold the spirits of all men as soon as they are departed from this mortal body, whether they be good or evil, are taken home to that God who gave them life.
Hey family, we've been getting a lot of requests here lately for DIYs, which means do it yourself. A lot of those requests are for cooking, especially Ono Filipino food. So here's my grandpa and M-Dog showing you how to do it yourself on an Onolicious Filipino dish called sinigang, my favorite.
We bought the meat. This is the pork spare ribs. What I did is like I didn't cut this intentionally, but the rest has been cut like you know, sweet and sour adobo cut. Okay, now this is different veggies that we are going to use. For aromatic, we get the ginger, onions, and tomatoes. Regular vegetables, we get the Chinese mustard cabbage. We cut it already. We get the eggplant and we get the okra.
Okay, so first things first when making sinigang is you want the water to come to a boil. First thing you want to do when the water starts boiling is you want to add your ginger, your onions, and your tomatoes. Okay, so now that the water has come back up to a boil, you're gonna add in your pork spare rib chunks with the patis. The patis you're gonna use maybe about
1/3
of a cup. And next we're gonna add in our patis. And then you only add that much now, but later on, if it's not salty enough for you, you can add salt or more patis. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do now that the meat has been boiling in the water for about 3 minutes is we're going to add our tamarind soup mix. And you're gonna add about 1 packet now, but for about 5 pounds of meat, you're gonna add the second pack about 3/4 of the way when the dish is almost done cooking. Okay, so now we're gonna let it boil for about 1 minute and then we're gonna add our extra water. Okay, so now that the meat has been boiling for the past minute, we're gonna add our water to completely submerge the meat about 2 inches above.
All of it.
Okay, so you're gonna wait for this to start boiling again. And then when it starts to boil, you're gonna put it down to a medium heat and just let it simmer. So now that it's come back up to a rolling boil, we're gonna put it down to a medium heat and we're just gonna let it simmer for the next 45 minutes to an hour. After that, we're gonna start to throw in our vegetables when it's almost done. Okay, so we've been letting it simmer for about an hour now, and ooh, if you can smell that, you can smell all the ginger, that tamarind, that pork. It makes a really nice aromatic broth. Right now, I'm just gonna lower down the heat a little just so I can skim off all this oil. This is just the fat that came off of the pork. So I'm just gonna kind of graze it right off the top.
So here's a little tip for you if you can wait 1 day longer. Once you're done cooking your sinigang, put it in the fridge, and overnight the oil will rise to the top and harden. You take it out the next day, peel the oil off, and reheat, and there's your onolicious sinigang.
Okay, so this is how much oil I've taken out of the soup. It's quite a lot. You don't want any of that going into your body, so take the time to take it out. So right now I'm just gonna taste the broth to see if it's enough salt, because if it's not, this is the time where you want to add the salt before you add in your vegetables. Yeah, so we're just gonna add maybe about a quarter of this packet in, just because when we add in the vegetables, it's gonna release some water, so you kind of want to give it a little bit more flavor. Okay. There. So now you're gonna bring it back up to a boil, and then when it starts to come to a rolling boil, we're gonna start to add in our vegetables. Okay, so now that it's boiling, we're gonna start to add in our vegetables. First, we're gonna start off with the eggplant. So let me get this in here. Just because this takes the longest to cook out of them. Let me just spread this out in here.
A minute or so.
Then usually we'd wait about a minute, but we're just gonna throw everything in already. Next, we're gonna do our okra. And then we're gonna add in the stems from the mustard cabbage, but not the leaves yet, because if you add in the leaves now, they're gonna be wilted by the time we eat, and you don't want that. We're just gonna let this boil in here for a few minutes, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're gonna bring it down to a simmer again, and we're gonna throw in our leaves. Okay, so it's been boiling now for about 2 minutes. We're gonna adjust the heat to a low simmer, and we're gonna wait for it to start simmering, and then we're gonna add in our leaves to finish. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in my leaves. I'm just gonna spread it over the top. Not gonna mix it in because I don't want it to get wilted fast. I still want it to have a little bit of liveliness when you eat it.
So there you have it, a do-it-yourself made by my grandpa and M-Dog. Don't be afraid to make this dish at home, because I promise you, when you're done, you'll be patting yourself on the back and enjoying you some sinigang. Ah, this has to be my favorite part of the show. This next clip is about a forbidden love that takes place in 1920s Hawaii. This movie is directed by Koda's very own David Cunningham and will be shown at ZOЕ'S Theater on July 20th. On this movie, there's Matt Dillon, Jim Caviezel, and the very handsome Ryan Potter. Please come and support our local boy.
What's with that kid?
He just showed up out of nowhere.
Where's your parents? All right, kid, come on. You can live with me. I'm the new doctor for the plantation. If any of you are sick or get hurt, you just see Joe, and he'll come get me. You know, Joe, you seem pretty smitten with the big man's pretty daughter. I need your help. I got another one like this.
Miss Grace has hurt her ankle.
Miss Grace?
Let's just show him that you're a qualified assistant.
Without your wrist, I'm gonna check your pulse. Oh, faster than normal.
Saw the way you were looking at the girl, okay? They're bringing in another doctor.
This is Dr. Reyes. He's here to offer us a second opinion.
Aren't you a true beauty?
Good morning, Mr. Danielson. Doc asked me to come by and drop off.
That won't be necessary. Miss Grace is now under the care of a proper physician. You and the doc may take care of the Orientals and the other laborers.
Do you have a crush on the Danielson's daughter?
I have been trying to adopt this kid. I believe this young man has the makings of a physician.
Perhaps you'd like to be on a winning team.
The distinguished doctor has taken an interest in you, my dear.
A miracle.
Selling your only daughter off is a miracle?
I wouldn't give up if I were you. You're meant to be with Grace.
Feeling as good as this together. Why can't we stay like this forever?
There's gotta be a way we can shorten the distance between the mountain and the ocean.
Stay like this forever.
Ethan, knock it off. See this red eye? It's because of that ugly boy right there. Stabbed me in the eye.
Okay.
Ethan,
I can fight back, you know.
you're not to stop acting.
I promise I'm gonna break your phone. No, can you move over? So we're both in the middle, not me in the corner, and say something. I'm trying to be polite.
What is this for? Oh, see, I can almost do it. Wait,
Wait, what is this for?
I don't know. me alone. Leave me alone.
Wait, you gotta go on this side, bro.
My feet are actually so cold. Ow. Ow. Ow.